This is Alan Cockrell with ABC Camp. I just want to thank you for coming to our camp. We're going to take a look at your swing today, bud, and just talk about a few things that are important for all hitters. I'm going to let this run for a minute, and I'm going to talk a little bit about just the balance issue. When you get into your setup position, you're in a really good, strong setup position. You have good balance. We'll just stop it right here. Actually, I'll go back just a little bit. Okay, this balance position is really good. Okay, we've got good bend in both knees right here. You know, we're nice and athletic. Both knees are sitting inside your feet, and your head is inside of your knees. So we're in a good balanced setup position. When we get into the loaded position, and that's when the hands go back and then the stride foot lands, we just want to make sure that we can maintain that same balanced position. Okay, so as I run this forward, when the stride foot lands, we want that stride foot, we'll go back again. Okay, we start right here. Okay, now we want that stride foot to be right at the pitcher. All right, and when that stride foot lands, we should be somewhere in this area right here. As you can see, as you start your stride, we're stepping out towards the third baseman, and that front foot is opening up, and that's just going to open up these hips prematurely right here. Okay, so it's going to be really tough to hit any pitches that are on the outer half of the plate. So when that stride foot lands, it should be in this position as opposed to out here like this. The other thing that I always take a really good look at is we want to make sure that when this stride foot lands, that our stride foot is no more open than 45 degrees. And I think we're here. Let me just do this again. Okay, we'll set that stride foot. Stride foot will set down as it sets down right there. And now we're going to go measure where we are with this stride foot, and I think it says, I think we're at 61 degrees. So again, that opens up the hips and the pitch that is out here on the outer half of the plate. We just don't have enough bat to be able to stay through that ball. Okay, so very important to remember, we're going to stride early, and we're going to stride, and we're going to land soft. And what we want to have when we get there is we want these hips to be square to home plate. We want good bend in both knees, and we want those knees just like we were in your good setup position. Excuse me. We want those knees inside the feet. Okay. At that position, we'll now have our shoulders will be square, our hands will be shoulder height, and everything will be squared up, and then we can start our swing to the ball. Okay, when we start our swing, what we're going to see is we're going to see this back knee start to drive forward, transfer weight into the front leg. You do a good job of that. We're getting a little bit ahead with the connection. As this back knee drives, we want this elbow to drop. So when we get to this particular point, what we want to see is we want to see the hands and the elbow and the back hip all in alignment here. And our hands are dragging just a little bit, and because we've stepped out towards the third baseman, our swing is everything's going to be generated towards the left field, or it's going to be generated towards the left field side. And again, very, very difficult to handle the entire strike zone when we do that. Okay, so we'll go forward. As we get into the hitting position, you can see here we've stepped out and we're starting to roll over just a little bit early. At contact, see how your hands are in this palm up and palm down position? That's where we want to be at contact. And then once we finish through contact, we can keep the barrel traveling straight through. And we're actually starting to contact this ball more into our finish part of the swing than we are at our strongest position, which is right here, palm up, palm down. Okay? So let me just run forward just a little bit more, okay? And then when we finish our swing, we want to finish with a good full turn. We should be on our toe right here, and our shoelaces should be facing towards the pitcher, okay? And that would be a good full backside turn, getting everything through the ball. I think you stepping out towards the third baseman a little bit, I think that just kind of pulled your balance back onto your heels. And then when you finish your swing, we'll just kind of recoil and kind of fall back just a little bit onto our heels. We want to try to stay off our heels. We want to stay more on the balls of our feet, and we want to work on the inside part of our feet, kind of like a speed skater. We want to work on the inside part. They want to work on the inside part of their blades, and we want to work on the inside part of our feet. Okay, so I'm just going to let it run through just a couple more times, and we can see here that see how the balance is kind of pulling towards our heels a little bit, which is kind of pulling us out and off. And again, you know, I think I just look at your balance setup position, and if we can stride right at the pitcher and maintain that good balance position, I think we got a chance to get off a pretty good swing. But you see right here how got good bend in those knees. Now instead of striding in this direction, this way, we're going to stride right here. We're going to stride right towards the pitcher. We're going to take a short, soft stride so that foot will be more in this position than it is when we get to right here. See how that toe opens up? I think it was to 61 degrees. And again, that pulls everything, our swing, our bat, everything is going in that direction. So biggest thing that I would do, bud, is I think I would just set a tee up, and I would set it on the middle half of the plate. We'll just put the tee somewhere out here. We'll set the tee just like this. We'll put a ball on that tee, and then we'll just have you load and go through your swing and see if we can hit this ball up the middle, and see if we can hit this ball hard line drives right at the second baseman or right through the second baseman. And in order to do that, our stride can't go towards third base. Our stride needs to go right back to the pitcher. Okay? And that particular stride won't hurt you in being able to hit the pitch in. Okay? It will just keep you squared up longer and able to handle all pitches. All right, bud? Hey, I want to thank you for coming to our camp, and best of luck.